Kosmika. Hello everybody. Hi Pages, how is everyone doing? 皆様、ページたち、ごきげんよう、元気でしょうか? Hello, hello, enjoy your lurk. Hello, hello. Hope you had a lovely day today. よく眠れましたか? 昼ご飯食べましたか? Whoop, I was testing my ear. Oh, there it goes. I swapped earbuds before stream. I was prepared this time. I was trying to get the what's that mode called again? It's just it's called something different for every brand. The mode where you can hear what's going on around you instead of like the oh my gosh, I can't think of anything. I can't think of any words. My brain isn't working right now. Hello. Yep, I can hear you. 食べました。はじめまして。はじめまして。歓迎です。ごゆっくりいてください。All right, we're back with more Final Fantasy V. Last time we weren't quite able to get Faris to Master Mime, but we should be able to do that today. I was like kind of seeing how much ABP we got every session, so we should be able to get her mastered, get her to Master Mime today. We'll probably actually also get Bards to Master White Mage and Kryl to Master Summoner. Oh no, not Master. She'll level up definitely. But is 7 the highest for White Mage? I don't remember. Let me check. White Mage. Yeah, Masters is okay. So we could potentially also get Bards to Master White Mage. So we'll finally have 2 full-fledged healers. Okay. So let's continue what we were doing last time. And the last several times. We're just gonna sail around the sea. I was thinking I kind of want to find something to like we could watch, like epic, like something that I can show on screen. And not just like short random videos like we have before, like just random food videos, but like a long video that we can watch together. But I didn't have time to find something. Hello! I didn't have time to find something before stream. For like these longer grinding sessions. Ideally, we could, you know, like I mentioned this before. Ideally, we would watch a movie or watch a show, but I can't show that on screen. Obviously, unless it's like a show that's published on YouTube. Maybe like a Dungeons and Dragons series. Oh, Critical Role. But then I would like selfishly just continue from where I am. I'm still in the very early campaign too. I wouldn't be starting it from the beginning, so those who haven't watched it would get spoiled. Well, you wouldn't get that spoiled actually, since I'm still very early in campaign 2, but yeah. But that's an idea actually. Maybe I'll give it a try. Oh, I gotta focus. This is gonna be a tough one. But this one gives the big ABP. No, jump. I stole a high potion. Nice. What? I should use her summon. Uh-oh. Summon... Excuse me. With a Titan won't work because he does Earthquake, and that won't work on a floating enemy. Which is what this Rook is. It's floating. Wahoo! 3K! I love jump. Yeah, summon our level 3. Nice. Where am I? Oh. Let me see. So, let me check my history on my YouTube just to let you guys know where I'm at for Critical Role Campaign 2. I highly recommend watching any of the... If you're into Dungeons & Dragons, or if you want to get into Dungeons & Dragons, I do recommend Critical Role. It's a very newbie-friendly... very, very newbie-friendly. And... it is, for those who don't know what Critical Role is a Dungeons & Dragons, I guess you could call it series, where these groups of voice actors and friends get together and they play Dungeons & Dragons. They have like a long-term campaign. So for the first campaign, it's a lot of well-known voice actors actually. Like you'll recognize them from different anime, well, mostly video games, but also some anime as well. They dub anime characters and other animated series as well. And they were playing a campaign off camera on their own, just like their own private game, just to have fun. And then one thing led to another, and they started streaming it for people, for like an audience online. And they took their campaign that they started off camera, and they modified it so that they're like technically starting over. So they're sort of starting over, and well, actually not really. Like, yes and no. Like they just changed some things. But yeah, anyway. So their first campaign, it got animated. It became an animated series, and they voiced themselves, which is really cool. So if you ever want to just get like the very quick version of the campaign, actually, I don't remember if it's the whole campaign or if it's like side stories. I don't remember. But yeah, oh my gosh, I can't remember. So like their band of adventurers, their group, they have a different like their band of adventures has a different name in each campaign, obviously, because they're different characters. What was the... I keep thinking of the group from the second campaign. They're called the Mighty Nine. What was the group called in the first campaign? What is it called? Critical Role campaign. I guess I can just look up campaign 1. Vox Machina. That's what it's called. Vox Machina. Their group was called Vox Machina. So if you ever want to watch like a cool like Dungeons & Dragons animated show, you can watch that. Critical Role. Well, let me just search my history. I'm making it harder on myself. Sorry, I'm like making this take longer. Critical Role. I'm on campaign 2, episode 23. So each campaign is like standalone, like it's a new adventure, it's a new group of characters. Campaign 2 just happens to be in the same universe as campaign 1, but in a different time and different place. Anyway, I've been meaning to finish campaign 2 so I can finally watch campaign 3 and join everyone in the current campaign 4. But I'm having a hard time because, like, I feel like the characters don't really mix well together, in the sense that, like, they don't seem... I feel like they don't have a reason to stay together. And that sometimes can happen in a campaign. That happened to me, actually. Oshi, I need to heal. Like, my friends and my IRL friends and I were starting a campaign together. And, you know, we all made our own, you know, we all made our characters. I made a character that I thought would be interesting. I made, like, what's that race called? I think it's Triton? Like, not exactly like a mermaid, but, like, basically like an underwater elf, essentially. I thought that would be a cool race to try. But my problem is, it's difficult for me to create a character that is very different from myself. Excuse me. Like, I have trouble not self-inserting. So my characters will always be good. either lawful good or neutral good or chaotic. Some, like, level of good. And my friends were all, like, a mix of, like, good or neutral. They were either chaotic good, lawful... Well, like, I think one of them was actually lawful good because they were a paladin, but... the others were, like, a flavor of neutral. And, like, they had no qualms about doing morally questionable things. And then I think, actually, was I the only... Maybe I was... I don't remember. I feel like the one who was a paladin had to have been good because they were a paladin. But anyway, because my character was good, and most of the others were, like, neutral, they had no problem lying. They had no problem, like, stealing, right? And my character was all, and because of my character's race, they are, like, very, like, serious, and that particular race doesn't really interact much with the people from the surface, like, outside of the ocean. Like, they live under the ocean. So my character had very little reason outside of, like, her goal to be out and about and interacting with other people. And I was hoping that, like, it would just naturally, like, form a bond, you know, through trials and struggles, you know, that kind of thing. But the campaign died, unfortunately, because you know, schedules is, like, the biggest the biggest block of running a D&D campaign. But after that, the DM, they weren't able, he was no longer available, so we had no one to DM. And the remaining members of the group, we were like, well, one of the members of the group, she was like, do you want to try, like, doing a campaign and we can, like, DM together? And I was like, I've never really DM'd before. I mean, I could try. Or maybe, like, I could even, like, be the main DM, because maybe I feel like I might be better as a DM because of my my inability to not self-insert. Like, I think I could play a character that was very different from myself, but someone else has to create the character for me. In that case, I feel like I could definitely, like, act out a different character that's very different from my own personality, because that'd be acting for me at that point. Someone else would have to create the character for me. But yeah, unfortunately that campaign didn't last very long at all. Where was I playing with that? What was I talking about before that? I think it just was rambling about Dungeons and Dragons. But anyway, Yeah, but each of the Critical Role campaigns are independent. So you're okay with watching each campaign separately. You don't have to start with campaign 1 if you want to watch 2 or 3 or 4. I think I might actually get it on screenshot here. Critical Role is actually what got me like to actually try playing D&D. Like I had always been interested in it and fascinated by it, but I had no idea how it worked. And that's actually what got me to try it. Unfortunately, what happens with Critical Role is the DM, Matt Mercer, who I think up until recently he's been the DM. I think he might not actually be DMing the current campaign. But like he got literally like famous for being a DM because he's really good at it. But unfortunately, because what he does is he makes the game easier, or like muddles the rules a little bit, or lets like the group like do like stuff that's a little bit meta, because he knows that they're not as experienced and he just wants to make the game fun for them. So sometimes he doesn't go by the book, and a lot of people don't realize that, and they get kind of like actually on him and like in the comments. I mean, like, he's really good, but he's not perfect either. Like, he might remember a rule incorrectly, or he might, you know, he might mix things up. You know, nobody's perfect, but he's just really, really good at creating a world and interesting characters. It's so fun and interesting. I'm gonna summon here my golems to defend from this rook. There are people that don't like that he does that. Not only because he doesn't always go by the book, like some people are like sticklers about that, but also because people will learn improperly, like learn how to play the game improperly, if that makes sense. Like, he'll change the rules a little bit, and people will be like, oh, so that's what the rules are for the game. That's how the game works. And then, you know, they might end up doing that when they eventually play their own campaign in real life. And they'll technically play the game wrong or against the rules. So, it would be good if they had like it wouldn't hurt if they had a disclaimer. They might actually do, and I just never like saw it. They don't give like a verbal disclaimer. There might be like one in the video description. Yeah. They started the game with a 5th edition D&D, which is like the most like beginner-friendly version. But things have gone down with Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that publishes D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. They've been doing some like not great things, so I think they may have moved on to Pathfinder or a similar game system. When it comes to that kind of tabletop role-playing game, Dungeons and Dragons is not the only one. It just happens to be the most well-known one. Like there's Pathfinder, which is pretty similar. And there's other systems too, like Vampire the Masquerade, if you want to be a vampire in like a more modern setting. There's a lot of our role-playing games and systems, and they vary in different things, like how to roll for attacks, or like some games, like I think Pathfinder includes like the weight of your inventory items. So like if you have a lot of stuff, you're gonna move slower, like you're encumbered. D&D 5th edition doesn't worry about that. It's like much simpler. But I think maybe like a previous edition does. But yeah, like different things like that. Like D&D has different like versions of itself. Each edition is a different version of itself. I'm like being a nerd about D&D right now, even though I'm not like the most like, I'm not expert at all. Let me get a critical role on the screen. YouTube. .com. Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 23. 23 was the first suggestion. How did it know? It heard me. I'm going to forward it a little bit. Well, actually, I'm gonna forward it a lot to like closer to where I actually am. So you guys might be a little bit lost. Hold on, let me see where I am on my actual history. $334. Okay, I'll go to like 330. Each episode is like a full session, which is like a few hours long. Several hours long, actually. So, I'll go to 325, why not? Fix this. You can see Matt, he's like not amused. Okay. Stuff like this I can't get in trouble for streaming because it's already publicly available on YouTube. Let me lower the game audio. Oh, wait. Audio is not on.
You haven't learned that much about the history of Hubbarduk. You know it's been here for a while.
Let me sip my drink.
This thing? This scarred pot mark land?
This city.
This city. Okay.
It's been here for quite some time. So while you're not sure of how long that field has been there, you get the sense that this isn't a recent testing ground. It's probably been just their general testing ground for any technology they're developing.
Okay, so yeah, and the nice thing is they have all their names on the screen and what their races and classes are. So we have Fjord, who is a half orc warlock, half orc like half human, half orc warlock. Beauregard, who is a human monk. Caleb, who is a human wizard. Not, who is a goblin rogue. Goblin is a very actually not very common race. I don't know if that's like something like in the additional rules that you can do. And then Laura Bailey is Jester. She's a tiefling cleric. And Taliesin is Molly Mock. He's a tiefling blood hunter. I think blood hunter is a custom class that Matt Mercer actually created himself. So he's using it for this campaign. And Yasha is an Aasimar barbarian. Aasimar is basically kind of like almost like a half angel in a way. I think they're human, but like celestial, not celestial, like heavenly being kind of. If I'm remembering correctly, actually, let me Google it really quick. Aasimar. Oops. How do you spell it? A-A-S-I-M. Aasimar. 5th edition. Aasimars are mortals who carry a spark of the upper planes within their souls. Okay, they're a playable race. Yeah, they're mortals with celestial heritage. That's what it is. So they have celestialness in their blood. Okay. And so like a very like quick TLDR what's been happening so far. So this group of very unlikely people to have ever like had a reason to like group up with each other. I don't remember how they ended up actually meeting each other. Well, I know that Mollymock and Yasha, they worked in like a circus together. That's how they know each other. Caleb and Knot are friends. I don't remember how they befriended each other, but I think Caleb saved Knot, and then so she kind of just like stuck with him after that. Jester is like, she went off on her own. She left her home. Like she's like an adult, but she's very much acts like she very much gives the vibe of like a teenager that's going off on her own, like to learn the ways of the world, as it were. She was very sheltered, so there's like a lot of things that she's very, very unaware of, or she thinks she knows, but she doesn't really know, kind of thing. Beauregard, what was her story? Was she an orphan? No. I don't remember what her background was. But she's like what happened? There's like we do like learn like a little bit of her backstory. Like she doesn't trust people easily because of things that have happened. She has kind of like a thing against rich people a little bit. And then Fjord, I don't remember. We haven't learned a whole lot about his background, actually. And I don't remember why he, like, you know, it's the typical thing where like they're trying to like get by, like pick like mercenaries, like they pick up a job somewhere just to make money. And but yeah, so like currently they are on they're on a mission / job. They took on a job from like kind of like an underground syndicate kind of thing. They're from the leader of that, like kind of like a syndicate kind of person, like. And so yeah, they finished the main job, and now they're traveling. I think they're making like a side trip on their way back. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah. And they're visiting this town for the first time that they heard about, and they're curious to find out about it. And what we've learned about it so far, it's like a lot of I think dwarves. Was it dwarves or gnomes? One of the smaller people, and it's like a very industrial kind of place. Like a lot of it, they like building stuff, like war stuff for war, like catapults and stuff like that.
Okay. So it's not new. Okay.
Glancing about, you see more Crown's Guard attire, though now you're starting to get to more gnomish.
Gnomes, it's gnomes.
Who are
It's
established
gnomes.
there. And on their backs, as opposed to spears or shields, the ready, you see similar weapons to what
The
some of
Crown's Guard is like the
army
guard
moving
from like the kingdom
eastward
that they're
were carrying. You see long
that they're in.
metal rods affixed with
They're in like a village that's
wooden
part of a
kind
kingdom.
of buttress at the end. These strange firearms that have been very carefully relegated to certain individuals here are a little more in use here.
Are there any platform shoes, glow sticks, or pacifiers?
Make a perception check.
He's asking that because
yet.
Beauregard like has this impression or perception that this town is like a party town. I don't know. We don't know why she thinks that or why where she heard that from. So that's what they're expecting, and they're not seeing
Blue
that.
diamonds?
Red balloons.
18.
18. As you guys are,
He
are
master
clomping
white
along, you
mage.
look down, and most of the land here is fairly barren. The outskirts of this, whether it be just the heavy amount of smoke and soot that's put out by the industry, there isn't a lot of grass, and though that is here is pretty harsh scrubland material. You glance down though, and one of these small bushes does have a very unique-looking white bud. They haven't opened yet, but they're beautiful amongst this kind of stark ground. And you could reach down if you wanted to and
Reach down and I take
kind
it
of grab,
and put it in my
pluck
book.
a couple and put it in your book. Okay.
There'll probably be something sighting closer to the waterfall, maybe.
Yeah.
Are the guards still within earshot?
The ones you talked to earlier? No, you moved on from them, but there are other Crown's Guard in the area. You can hear the heavy sounds of metal clanging and the occasional
think he has
sparks
any levels
in the
in any
distance of
other
some sort of
jobs,
welding
right?
process being
We'll
done
start
on
over
some of the
just to
distant
make sure.
towers. You can see on the opposite side, the southern side, dozens and dozens of dark metallic warehouses and buildings that are junctured by hallways. You can see they're almost like small compounds that are focused on whatever their specific businesses are in these designated delegated areas.
Okay, so yeah, he
It's
doesn't have any levels,
weirdly
but he does have some ABP in
almost
some
drab and
things.
dystopian in a visual perspective.
Like
When you
monk.
come
We'll
to
do
the
monk.
base of the mountain here, where you see that large, that very steep staircase you were looking at, there are the switchback pathways up there, but as you approach, you hear this. And looking up, you can see these chains. These big, heavy, dark chains are shifting. And as it does, you can see this platform begin to lower from the city above, heading in your direction. Above you, or in front of you, at the base of the mountain, you can see there are a few other individuals that are sitting there waiting patiently. And you can see this platform eventually comes down and seems to be one of many means to make your way to the second
Will
part
the
of the city.
whole cart fit on it?
It's a lift.
Hold the elevator.
That seems safe to you.
Do we have to pay for it?
It'll be fun.
All right. As you approach, you see there are 4 Crown's Guard, 1 dwarven, 3 gnomish that are there waiting. You see the few figures that were waiting patiently. They appear to be well-dressed human, 1 half-elf, wearing looks to be like reds
What does
and gold
what
velvets.
does good double bus do?
Would be
Petrifies?
relatively well
Did it
off.
work?
Standing definitely
I don't think it worked.
out of place in this rather dark space. They step onto the lift, and as you approach, the guards put their hands out. I'm sorry. Who are you?
We're guests here.
Just looking for lodgings for the night.
Lodgings. Well, you'll have to take the
I'm
path
gonna have to
upward.
rest.
This is designated for guests of Hopperduke.
That's what we are. We're guests of Hopperduke.
Guests of whom?
Hopperduke.
Guests of Ophelia Mardoon.
Yes, that the one.
Make a deception check.
Oh no, different she's a she.
16.
Yeah, he goes like, I'm sorry, I don't recognize the name. You'll have to
Not our
take
fault.
the path.
She's very important. I would hate to keep us out of her good graces. I feel like the pull she has in this city should be more than enough to allow us to use that.
I guarantee you, sir, I've never heard the name before in my life.
We're almost
but
there,
There is
kinda.
always a path.
Well, you'll know of her name after today. I guarantee you that. Hope you enjoy this post for the rest of your evening.
Of course. He goes ahead and takes a small pistol out from the side and aims it in the air, and it fires. There's a puff of smoke, and the chains begin to lift
come on,
back
I really want
up.
to be on
carrying-
it. Come on, man.
Come on,
Let's get on, man.
Yeah, I don't need that ride.
The hell was that thing he shot in the sky?
Noisemaker.
The
As,
firecracker.
as you guys are kind of frustratingly
Come on, man.
fuming over that not quite as positive experience, a voice from around behind you goes,
Oh wait, he natively has.
Well,
does
no.
he natively have or passively have counter?
"You look like you're not from around here. Is that true?" And you turn and glance behind you, and you can see what looks to be through a surly grin and kind of a curly mop of brownish
check.
red hair.
I do like counter.
A female gnome in her
but
young
no,
adult
then- oh.
years, wearing simple clothes, some leather gloves. She has dangling around her neck what looks to be a set of eye protectors. She's kind of rubbing a little bit of soot from her chin. So, you couldn't take the lift.
Well, we could have, if he would have just he would have just listened to us because we are really important people.
Are you?
No, we're not.
See, that's gonna get you far here. Honesty.
Self-deprecation. Oh, honesty.
Well, probably
Right.
both, depending on the time of day.
Right, yeah,
Sure.
Counter. He probably hasn't
So,
learned counter
who
yet.
are you? I might ask.
We're the mighty nine.
You're so used to seeing guys hit for like
Travelers
half your
passing through
HP. Yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
else.
yeah.
So you're not from around.
Some of the monsters are
like that.
not very strong. They're like
What
the
brings
lower
you to
level
Purdue?
ones.
We thought the
But
name
that
was
big bird
funny.
is and those squid, like these nicks,
Her
they're
brow furrows
nothing.
And a smile curls
They're
even wider across
nothing.
her face. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well,
But
I
the rook, the
happen
big bird, that one
to
hits
be
the
a local
hardest.
looking for a way to kick off some boredom. So,
That's what we want to get.
mind me
We can get
showing
a
you
bunch of
around?
ABP.
Hello, what's your name?
my name, Risa. Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Ford.
Ford.
Oh, that's right.
Perhaps we'd be getting in some trouble too.
It's technically
I hear you.
Technically Fjord,
people
but
like
it's
to get
Fjord.
in trouble here at Hopper Duke.
Especially at night.
Uh-huh.
Well, we got about 2 hours.
Oh, that's like 4
I mean,
o'clock.
even these low-level guys
Wow.
eat like 2,000 damage
Amazing.
before going down. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
at
yeah.
this time it'll probably be about dusk.
That's like 8 o'clock. Crazy.
Like this is a monster
Find
that
place
hurts
to
a
store
lot.
our stuff and hopefully find an inn for the night first. But
There's a
that
few
sounds
inns to pick
exciting.
from. We can take you around. Here, I'll lead you up the walkway. Follow me.
She's nice.
Hmm.
Why? Let's kill her.
Tourism look to us.
Let's kill him.
Very much so.
We might as well be wearing fanny packs, all of us.
Whoa,
Kind of back in now,
that's
though.
not cool, man.
We should get some fanny packs.
Yes, we're not.
Like an amazing fanny haversack.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You don't know what's in there? Just keep pulling stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got slap bracelets. And
All
it's
right.
like
You
Forest and
guys
Carl kinda
begin
low.
to make your way up the switchback path up the mountainside towards the upper edge of the shelf. On that way, your new friend Risa jumps up into the cart with you. Says, "So I get the sense you don't know much about us here.
How much?
Oh, no charge. Or buy me a round or
What do you
5,
want?
and we'll call it even."
A round or
I'm
5.
gonna keep an eye on her because I think she's gonna try to steal some of our stuff.
Okay. That's all I ask. Maybe help me fuck with a friend or two.
What?
Just say yes.
Just like us.
We're visitors here.
Yeah.
She just has to fuck with a
Say
friend.
yes.
Well,
Yes?
You make really bad first impressions too. She's basically you.
That's true.
During all of this.
Oh, I had this new to me.
I
Yeah.
Not back. Yeah.
Anyway, don't worry. The place is a bit droll, but once the sun's down, it gets interesting.
During all of that yammering on the way up, I look over at Yasha and just sigh out.
Yeah. A little crazy.
That's it.
You say you are crazy. I mean, you did that in front of everybody. I just.
Part of that two-person.
Are we having an agreement?
I am crazy.
Oh. I can see that about you.
Anyway. So, things are a bit busy around here. They're busy most of the time. General work day here is about 10 to 12 hours. No weekends, no breaks like the rest of you lazy and lackadaisical folk.
Oh.
Tractors.
Fair enough. But give me a quick tour of the place. Should give us right about time to get some drinks.
Drinks is a great idea.
As you make your way up the mountain, making small chatter, eventually you come to the outskirts of the Idleworks shelf. And so here, encompassing the outer ring of this elevated shelf of the Silver Coral Ridge, is a lively district of taverns, inns, merchants, open pavilions that are currently empty. But you see, it looks like the place is pretty much perpetually decorated for some sort of an event or a festival, but it's in disuse at the moment. It is just empty. And everyone you see in the street, there's nobody taking a walk. Everyone is rushing from one place to another or shouting commands. There's a general air of busyness and intent in each person you see. And as you guys kind of leisurely stroll through, every now and then you get the side eye of... And they just continue on past.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Majority of the people here are
oh no,
Gnomish.
oh no.
From probably 80% of the people you see in the immediate vicinity at any given point in time are of Gnomish heritage. Only offset maybe by the occasional dwarf and some human half-elf.
Okay,
That's about as much
this
as you've
isn't gonna
seen
work.
in your path here. So
I'm not gonna watch this because I kind of have to pay attention actually. Oh, we're in danger. We're in danger. Oh no. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh no, oh, don't. Oh. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I can get them up, but they need healing. Don't, Barts. No! Oh no. Oh gosh. I might wipe actually. Yeah. Gosh, okay. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to resume from this point. Let me bring the game audio back up. Okay. We tried it, but we've confirmed that Critical Role won't work. Okay, and get rid of that over there. Shoot, we lost a good amount of ABP too. Oh, okay. Now I can just focus on this. Did he miss the kick? Really? Oh, he does have counter. Okay, great. I'm gonna summon something. Oops. Choco cake. Oh my gosh, they dodge everything. What the heck? And he's paralyzed. He can't counter. Goodness. Leave him alone. Jeez. There we go. Goodness gracious. So yeah, these scorpions, they don't have a lot of HP, but they dodge everything. Oh my gosh, what the heck? They hit hard too. Him. Finally. All that for those little scorpions. And a nix. Kyle took no damage. Well, she did have healing pass. She had passive healing. But... I wonder how much. Okay, does a regular attack do more damage than a kick? Yes. Because one attack for each fist. But kick is one attack with one leg, one foot. But kick is good for, like, as an AoE. For hitting multiple enemies. Okay, gotta focus. The jumping animation is cool. She like bends down and then jumps up. Ah! Okay. I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time and get into another fight just so I can use revive for free. I'll just rest at an inn. How close are we getting? Slowly but surely. Only because we lost so many because we wiped. Ugh. I should have been paying closer attention. I'm gonna save after this just in case I wipe again so I don't lose all that progress. I got this new wrist rest for Christmas, and it's the kind that I have to remember what it's called. I can only check. Okay, I'll check the box after this fight. I still have the box. Yeah, counter. When you don't miss, it's easy. Okay, let me check the box really quick. What's the brand? I can't tell what's the brand, and I can't tell what the product is called. I think the brand is Delta Hub, and the wrist rest is called Carpio, and it's a Carpio 2.0 version, and it's an ergonomic wrist rest. It's the kind where like I think it's the only one that on the market that's of this design right now. It's like it's a wrist rest that you it moves with your hand as you're moving your mouse. Like you put it on like I forgot what that part of the palm is called. The bottom of the palm, and then you move it with your mouse. Like it's at the bottom of it is like it's like plastic, and it's meant to slide along like a smooth surface, so it easily like moves around with your hand. Let me take care of that in the chat. Wrist rests can be ergonomic. Yeah, wrist rests are inherently ergonomic. There's my window. But yeah, well, they're supposed to be ergonomic. Sometimes the design is not good, and so they're not very, or they don't really help in the way they should. Oh, it has a pouch and a sticker. I don't need the sticker. I'll take the sticker take it out of the box. It has a little carrying pouch. I didn't notice this first. But yeah, so I guess I'm confusing wrist rests with the boob mouse pad. That is a wrist rest, yes. It's but in a different form. That is a wrist rest, yeah. Even though it's boobs, it is a wrist rest because you are resting your wrist on it. So yeah, like it provides support for your wrist, so you're not straining it while you're moving your mouse. You thought boob mouse pad was bad for your wrist? Really? Is it? Now I have to find out. I should use kick. Oops. Now I'm curious. Let me look it up. Are boob... What am I Googling? Are boob mouse pads good for your wrist? There we go. Dumb question. It's even in the HoloLive Reddit. Hold on. Are Oppai mouse pads practical? Like, I love the designs a lot of members have for those, but actually using them don't look very comfortable, especially with the wrist pad. Plus, full desk mouse pads feel more useful. I don't know. They look cool to collect but not use, but that's probably just me. Let's see what people say. I used one before at the suggestion of a coworker, no joke, to help deal with my apparent wrist problems. It made them worse. Really? Imagine you using Noel's. Yeah, that angle would mess anyone up. I kind of thought one might be okay. Oh no, this is from a year ago. That didn't age well. If her mama has any say, it will just be a normal mouse pad. I use a mouse pad that has a flat gel thing to elevate my wrist. It totally solved all my wrist issues. I can see the Oppai one's causing issues since the gel part isn't a flat surface but rounded. Oh, absolutely not. Your that makes sense then. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Okay, this person says, reading all the replies is interesting because I find mine very comfortable, even when putting the wrist directly on the cushion. Same for me. Maybe it's because I don't have a computer-intensive job, but while I have generally bad PC posture, I don't really feel any soreness from my Iris mousepad. Oh. I also have the Iris mousepad. Maybe the Tofu is just superior. Let's see what they say. No, also IRL, they look a lot less cool than on pictures. I have 3 cover ones now because they came with full sets and none of them look like their pictures. The Oppai are a lot smaller than on the mousepad as well. This person says you have to use it right. You don't put your wrist on it, you put your forearm on it so your wrist doesn't touch your desk. The better way though is to just raise your arm high enough so that your wrist doesn't touch the desk. Basically, you put your armchair higher. And then this person says, strongly depends on your specific ergonomic. Ouch. The wrist support needs to be just high enough that when your wrist, they rest it on your forearm and enough that when you rest it on your forearm and wrist are, this sentence doesn't make sense. So it really depends on the size of your mouse pad and hand. High DPI users, for high DPI users, sure. And the OP is like, you know what, fair, that's fair. Let's see. So there's a lot of mixed answers. So some people say it's fine. Some people say it depends. Some people say it's terrible. So it's just skimming through the rest of them. So I think I have to agree with the people that say it depends. Depends on like what your setup is and like your ergonomic situation. But yeah, I quite like this so far. My only problem is that I don't have like a whole lot of space to move my mouse. Well, it's actually a fair amount of space if it would be a fair amount of space if I had like high DPI or high sensitivity. But mine's like kind of medium-ish. Not super low, but not high either. So I do, cause I want it for like accuracy when I'm gaming. I'm not a shooter or anything. I'm not a shooter gamer. So it's not like super low where I fling my arm and to try to, 360 no scope or anything, but I do want like a good amount of accuracy. I don't have enough space to fling my arm, so I can't have the DPI that high. I mean that low. Wahoo! Level 2 monk. Getting there, getting there. It's nice not to rely on Lena to do healing anymore. Now I can have both Bartz and Lena. And technically Forest as well. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, definitely depends on your situation. But it sounds like a lot of them say like if you're going to use it, you should be putting your forearm on it rather than your wrist, which makes a lot of sense. Especially because of the shape. Cause it's not like the wrist dress where it's like like the gel part, the soft part is like the cushion part is like flat. Like obviously it's like the two round cushions. I think it also depends on the character and how big theirs is. Doesn't Hoshomadin have like a butt one? That would be like her. Oh, I should have healed instead. I need a heal. I need a heal. I need a heal. I'm gonna use Kiraka. Sea devils. I don't need it. Why did I summon himself? That's okay. It's okay, it's okay. In the moment I wanted to summon something, but these aren't too difficult that I need to summon Solja. Ah, she has the assassin dagger, that's right. Oh my gosh, she's so close! Okay. Let me heal. But yeah, I'm enjoying this rest dress so far. My, like, aside from, like, the space problem, the other problem is that, like, I do lift my hand from my mouse a lot. And, like, you have to, like, reposition your hand on the wrist rest every time. So it might be better for people that don't have to do that. Not that I have to, but I end up having to for various reasons, like typing or... Well, actually, no, yeah, typing is a big reason. I should use Kiraga instead. No, leave him alone! Dang it. Yeah, actually, no. Yeah, everyone types. What am I saying? Like typing or... when I'm during work, I will move... I'll bounce between my work laptop and my personal computer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay, no. It's all up to you, Lena. She's gonna have to solo these two last Sea Devils. That stinks. Yeah. Yeah. Dang it. Block everything. Yeah. Okay. 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 A jump and 2 regular attacks. That'll do it. Alright. Let's do a jump on this one. Dang it. They could have used the ABP. Ah, that one mistake. That one turn of not healing. Really messed it up. At least she has regen. Dang it. Okay, let's go back to the inn and rest. It does say on the box, like, it will take like 1 to 2 weeks to adjust. And I think I'm pretty much used to it already. It just, aside from like, so like the other thing about not having space is like, you know how if you like, you know, sometimes you might have to like lift your mouse because you're out of space to move your mouse. So like you have to lift it so you can like keep like moving to like a direction. I'm trying to figure out like that's difficult to not difficult to do. It's like awkward to do with this wrist rest because like you have to like you can't if you're not you know with a regular wrist rest you just lift up you know your hand, or when you're not using one you just lift up your hand to like move the mouse, like pick it up and place it down again. But with this wrist rest, it's like you can't. It's like it's awkward to pick it up, awkward to pick up the mouse. But I think I've kind of figured out like a technique. Like I'll lift up the mouse, like I'll tilt it towards the left. Like I'll pick it up with like my pinky, and like yeah, my pinky. And thumb. Like I'll lift it with my pinky, like tilt it up with my pinky, and then like support it with my thumb, and then I'll like kind of lift it a little bit, and then move it instead. And that way, like I'm not like lifting my wrist off from the wrist rest completely. I'm gonna save so I don't lose progress. I'll have to put it in case we wipe again. But otherwise, it's pretty nice. We'll see how it goes. It's definitely going better than, I bought, like, a vertical mouse for work. Because I learned about that. A vertical mouse is literally, it's just like, it's like a mouse that's upright, almost. No, not almost. It's like, it is upright. Where like the buttons are like facing sideways, but like it's a base. It has a base where you can like rest your hand, like the side of your hand on it. So like instead of you're using the mouse like flat down, your wrist, you place your hand on the mouse. You're like your hand is like tilted sideways, and the mouse is like taking the space between your thumb and the rest of your fingers, and if that makes sense. Kind of like when you're what's a similar motion? Like kind of like when you're reaching for like a book on a shelf, like that kind of hand positioning and motion. The hand position, really. Yeah. I'm like doing it to like, yeah. That's how you that's how you like place your hand on like the base of the mouse. It has like a wider base, so you kind of like rest your hand on it, and then you move it around like a regular mouse. And like the finger movements is exactly the same as a regular mouse. Like your left click, right click, and a scroll. It's just facing towards the side, so it doesn't feel unfamiliar. And that one's all right, except for the fact that I often like when I take my hand off the mouse and then I want to grab it again, like I'll make a quick motion to grab the mouse again, but because it's like vertical, it like sticks up. So instead of just like I'm not used to that part of it where I quickly put my hand back on the mouse. Like I'm used with a regular mouse, I'm used to quickly just placing my hand back on the mouse, right? But with the vertical mouse, it's like I hit it with my hand and like I knock it to the side. I don't knock it over completely, but like I hit it instead of grabbing it and holding it like a normal mouse. And like the other problem is I have even less space when I'm working on my work laptop. Like I'm using like a mouse pad, but like I'm not using it like how do I explain it? I'm not using it the landscape way. I'm not using it the horizontal way. I have it turned so that's the vertical way, if that makes sense. It's like a rectangle, but I have instead of having the wide side down, I have the short side down. Because I don't have space on my desk for both my laptop, my work laptop, and my personal desktop. Completely fully. Okay, I did steal something, so I don't have to use it again. And that's even more difficult to pick. Not more difficult, but that's also super awkward to pick up the mouse when I run out of room. Like, I have to like pick it up from the base and then move it. Pick it up to move it. Nice. They all leveled up, yeah? Yeah. Oh my gosh, just 2 more points. Let me heal Bart's. What does ABP stand for again? Action Battle Points? We're definitely getting it here. Stole High Potion. Jump. Summon Sildra. Oh boy. Use Kiraga. Oh! She mastered mime! Amazing. Alright, let's go rest at the inn. Okay. I don't want to stay as a monk. A mime though. Let's change her to something. Let's see. Jobs. Does she have a level anything? Knight, monk, dragoon, samurai, berserker, ranger, mystic knight. She's not mastered white mage, so maybe I'll go have her go white mage. Black mage, time mage, blue mage, red mage, chemist, bard, dancer. Oh, freelancer, can't do freelancer. So maybe I'll have her go white mage actually. I don't know what to have her do. I'm not going into a dungeon, so find passages wouldn't be useful. So maybe... Huh. Image? No. Something passive. Call, calm, control, catch, Gaia, mimic, summon, equip whips, artful dodger. Maybe that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put her in the back. Okay, rest. Okay. I don't know if they're gonna be able to stick with these jobs they have not mastered yet because it They might not be strong enough to deal with the monsters up in the interdimensional rift. So let's save. Oh wait, let me change Bart's ability. He doesn't need white magic anymore because we have Forrest is a white mage. So instead, like you can do sing. I like sing. I quite like sing. So let me look at the guide again. I think we're gonna have to buy a bunch of items, right? Make sure you have a complete stock of elixirs, ethers, potions, and cottages before you enter the end zone. So let's go back into Crescent Town and buy these things. By a complete stock, what do they mean though? Do they mean like a full stack? Because that's expensive. Let me see what he has. Not elixirs. Actually, let me go to the Phantom Village. Hello. We just got Forest to master mime, so we have at least one person of each job. Like so, how do I word it? Every job has been mastered by at least one person, except freelancer, obviously. But yeah, every job has been mastered by at least one person now. Let me go to the Phantom Village. Hello. Oh yeah, item shop is here. Excuse me. Excuse me. So that's the in person. I need to go to the item person. Item people. There we go. Elixirs. Ugh. Oh gosh, it's so expensive. Oh my. Just 6 of them is 300k. What the heck? There are no shops, but they doesn't say I can't leave. And last time I was able to leave. Okay, ethers. Let me get ethers. I can do ethers. Ethers are much more reasonable. I guess your guide means stock up with enough of what you need. Yeah. It's hard to guess how much I will need, but do I really need that many ethers? I might end up needing that many ethers. Alright, cottages. I'm assuming the other person has them. No. Why do you not have cottages? Wait, did the other one have it and I didn't see? No. Elixirs? Ugh. Just 2 is 100k. Ah. I have 20. But who's selling cottages in this town? Not these guys. Let me find him. Actually, it might be easier to just go to a different village. Because finding the person that sells them in this town or this village it's kind of a pain. You have to like walk around and around and around. And I actually don't remember exactly how to get there. I don't think Phantom Village sells tents, cottages because the people there don't leave the village. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think I'll just go somewhere else instead. But actually, the other reason I did come here was to check out their weapons and armor. Wait, what am I doing? I have legendary weapons. I don't need anything else from anybody. What am I doing? I'm wasting time and money. Well, not money. I bought items I did need. But I'm wasting time here. Oh, not back in the forest. Eeh, okay. Let's go back to Crescent Town. By cottages. And, I think actually I might end stream a little bit early. Oh, tents? I want cottages. Oh, we have to find a place that has cottages. Never mind. It's gonna take us time to find cottages. Where would have cottages? That's not, no. I'm gonna go there. Where is a place I can go? Not there. Nope. Definitely not there. I can't buy anything from here. Here? From Tool? Nope. This is a low-level place. Where else can we go? Recall. Oh, that lag. That scared me. Do you have? Yes, you do. Okay, great. Actually, we have a lot. I'll buy like 7 more to make an even 30. Okay. All right. I bought a couple of elixirs because those are expensive. I bought a bunch of ethers, potions. I didn't buy potions. I buy potions. I did steal a good amount of high potions from mobs when we were farming, so yeah, we have 85. Let's buy a 15 to make it a nice 100. Oh, I can only get 99? Ah. Okay. Okay. Now we have a little bit of everything that the guide says to get. Well, not a little bit of everything, but a lot of certain things. And get out of my way! Okay. But I believe that. Is this it? No, that's not it. Is this the rift? It is the rift. Okay. Let me go save by Crescent Town, actually. I feel safer over there. Okay, yeah. We're gonna save here, and yeah, we're on a tiny bit early. Because I think going into the rift is gonna be a whole thing, so we'll do that tomorrow. But let me read this one more time just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Make sure you have a complete stock of elixirs, ethers, potions, and cottages before you enter the interdimensional rift. There are only a few save points from this point forward, and there are no shops. The enemies are also extremely tough, so build levels and master jobs before going in. Right, so yeah, we have every job mastered on at least one person. The best place to do this is in the desert, the Phoenix Tower, or on the open sea. We went the open sea route because it was easier to move around. Some enemies in these locations will reward you with lots of gil and more than a few ABP to help boost your stats. Yes, we did get a good amount of gil. Take your ship to the interdimensional rift black hole, which is located near where Tycoon Village was located. Okay, yeah, I know where to go for that. Yeah. All right, yes, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here for today. It took we did manage to get far to master the mime job, but it took longer than I expected. I was hoping to have it done very quickly and then we could get into the interdimensional rift today, but we'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. I was just gonna have them like continue leveling like jobs, like other jobs, until we get to like a boss, and then they'll switch to like a master job so they can fight it properly. But if the regular monsters around the rift are too tough, we may switch to like master jobs so they can kill them easier. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll enter the rift tomorrow. Thank you all so much for joining me today. As I said, we'll continue this tomorrow. We'll have a same time, same place. I'll try to start a little earlier if I can. I was able to do that on Friday. Yeah. No, actually, no. Yesterday I was able. Yeah, yesterday I was able to start a little earlier. I will try to do that when possible. But yeah. Thank you so much again. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Please leave a comment if you would like to share your thoughts. Please subscribe on YouTube and/or follow on Twitch if you'd like to see more Final Fantasy streams. And if you're going to bed, I hope you rest well and have sweet dreams. If your day's just getting started, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. ここまでにしますので、来てくださってありがとうございました。ここから明日続けますので、また来てください。And yes, thank you again. おつみか、たたー。